Hi guys, this is Jerry, welcome to the channel. In this video, we're gonna have a quick test drive and POV review on this particular 2026 Nissan Qashqai TIL e-Power. From the exterior, the major change from this vehicle is going to be the front grille look. You're going to have a very different grille compared to the last pre-facelift generation. And that means more black panels, some silver chromes on the side, with the running bars in between, but they don't lit up. New headlights is of course equipped as well. On the side, we have the 19-inch alloys on this TIL version. If you go to the lower spec, alloys will change. Pricing-wise, for the top spec TIL, it goes to 62,990 plus ORC. But if you go to the base model, that starts from 53,990 plus ORC. The exterior styling is still very nice, decent. You also get different tail lights at the back, of course. Power tailgate is equipped on the TIL. That means you get more than 450 liters of combined volume with a removable cargo tray. You are able to drop the seats 40-60 split, which is really nice. At the front, we have a good amount of space. This vehicle isn't super large, but you still get decent amount of knee room, good amount of toe room. Pockets over here, USB charging, air vents, and a nice center armrest. This top spec TIL does come with very cool quality leather seats. They are very nice and comfortable. The seating base is quite low, so your knee is quite up high, but it's all right. Quality feels good with some plastic in the center, some trims on the side. The cool thing about this car is it's really wide door opening from the back, just like what you can find on the Nissan X-Trail in comparison. Front seats does have electric adjustments, lumbar support, memory settings, and massage function, which is really cool for the price range. But the massage is a bit of maybe let down in some way. It's not really the best massage experience. At least it does have it. We have heating seats, heating steering on the TIL, and also the head-up display on the TIL as well. Next, other interior, the steering is identical to the last generation. Screen is identical to the last generation. Most of the panels inside is identical, but you are going to get this suede or Alcantara finish throughout the dashboard and throughout the trims. The center console over here, the panels may look a little bit different as well, but overall, the build quality inside the Nissan Qashqai is really good. I quite enjoy this interior. It might look quite compact, but everything is super close to you, so it's easy to reach through anything. Anyway, let's get in on the road and give it a drive. First thing is the visibility around the vehicle. It's pretty good. Excellent is an easy way to say. So it's got good view front and back. The rear windscreen is on the mid level, but at least your headrest is not all the way up on the top, so it doesn't block much of a view. Going to the drivetrain, the new Nissan Qashqai has some major changes. First thing, there is no longer pure petrol version for New Zealand right now. Instead, you are going to go only get the e-Power, which is the fancy drivetrain. This drivetrain is lovely to drive. First, you have a 3-cylinder 1.5-liter turbocharged petrol motor at the front. Although it's a petrol motor, it doesn't act as an engine to power the wheels at all. Instead, that acts as a generator to recharge the battery, as we can see right now. And then after recharging the battery, while the battery is working, the battery will drive the motor, which is mounted at the front. You get a single electric motor which produces 140 kilowatts of power. So this vehicle is front-wheel drive. That means even if this vehicle still needs petrol to run, it drives like an electric vehicle in some way. The transmission doesn't really need shifting or anything like that. It's simple single speed or electric wire, whatever the technology that's called. And that means that the delivery is very, very smooth at low and high speed. At certain low speed, if your battery is charged under certain conditions, you're also able to change the vehicle into pure EV mode if you need. At most urban drivings, the Qashqai e-Power feels alright. It's adequate for its power delivery. You have no issue getting up to a speed or need to overpass anyone on the motorway. The suspension wise, it feels quite nice, quite gentle, quite soft. The handling isn't really the highlight of this vehicle. and you are going to get some certain body rolls when you go around the corners. And also when you are pushing it, and there's a little bit understeer here and there. But again, this car is not built to be a sporty machine. As a daily drive, most consumers are going to be okay with it, how the steering performs. There are different drive modes that we can select. For example, right now I'm going to go sport mode, and then let's give it a boost. 1, 2, 3. Alright, not too bad, isn't it? It's pretty good on acceleration, it's smooth, it does get on go, the engine doesn't do much of a noise when you are loading it. So I guess, yeah, the generator has been improved. It's also got a 5-in-1 redesignation for this particular drivetrain, and that means some components, everything has been updated. Although the power 140 kilowatts hasn't really been changed, the vehicle does have an interesting factor. If you go to the sport mode, you are able to get 11 kilowatts more on the power, up to 151 kilowatts. So that was 151, by the way. And then on the other side, the best thing about the new Qashqai is its improved fuel consumption, with the emission reduction and also the efficiency of the drivetrain. Nissan is able to achieve around just over 4 liters per 100 kilometers under the manufacturer rating. I've driven the car for a few days, and let's check out 4.4 liters per 100 kilometers over the past 240 kilometers. Remember, I've been driving the vehicle a bit more sportier, and also I've been driving the vehicle in cold morning like this, with all the heating and cranking of the heat up. So that consumption is very much respective for what this vehicle achieves. On top of that, your full tank driving range can go over 1,000 kilometers. Nissan themselves did a testing somewhere in Australia, and they achieved more than 1,300 kilometers on a single tank. That's pretty impressive. So after driving the 240 kilometers, I still have 795 kilometers range left. So it's safe to say it's going to be quite easy for me to achieve 1,000 kilometers on this full tank. And then the vehicle drives like an EV, so that's the cool thing. When it goes to the EV, you also get some sort of region braking. There are 2 types of regions you can do. One way, pull the lever backwards, you are able to go into a B mode. That means that when you release the accelerator pedal, you are going to get that pulling power. That's going to be region in the power, just like that. You can see the rev counter drops to below 0 on the percentage. And then you can also enable a thing called E-pedal. E-pedal is the strongest deceleration. That means it will pull you down all the way to probably 5 to 10 kilometers when you are traveling at any speed. That's just going to give you the maximum amount of region. It comes down to what you like, really. I think I'm okay with either E-pedal or D. I don't like the B mode that much, but again, your choice to see how much efficiency you'd like to see on your vehicle. Alright, what are my verdicts after all that with the Nissan Qashqai e-Power? Well, in comparison to the last generation, Nissan has done some changes for the interior, for the exterior panel, which makes the vehicle looks a bit more exciting. At the same time, the improvement on the fuel economy is such a big thing for the Nissan Qashqai e-Power. It used to be a great drive vehicle, but the fuel consumption was not comparable to a Toyota hybrid. Now, it's finally changed. So that's a big surprise for what these vehicles are able to achieve while maintaining its cool e-Power drivetrain. Yes, some people may miss the petrol variant, but let's be fair, this e-Power does drive superior. But at the same time, the new Nissan Qashqai isn't going to be one of the cheapest hybrid vehicles on the market. In comparison, you could just simply buy a Toyota RAV4 hybrid with pretty much similar money against this one. So the value proposition isn't the best on the Nissan Qashqai, but do remember, if you want something different, cool, and also very much functional, this is a good choice. Anyway, that's all I wish to talk about for the Nissan Qashqai e-Power 2026 facelift model. If there's anything you would like to say, please let me know in the comment down below. And if you found my video helpful, please remember to subscribe and like. That's the best way to support the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.